Ever catch a coworker watching porn on the job? It happens more often than you think, and in some cases, you're actually paying for it. Up next, what bosses are doing when state workers get caught red-handed.
Oh, here's something for you. Have you ever thought about, are your coworkers looking at porn while you're at work? Well, this is something that's probably happening more often than you think.
And it is happening on the taxpayers' dime by state workers. Investigative reporter Liz Wagner found these employees are on the clock, but not exactly on the job. Liz?
Out of the 54 California agencies we surveyed, 20% launched internal porn investigations. In most cases, bosses caught their employees accessing sexually explicit material on state computers. One worker admitted to watching porn on the job for 15 years, and most of the time, you're the one paying for it. Going full commando, upskirt granny, hotties of Walmart. These are just some of the things state employees searched for and viewed on the job. We found since 2015, 10 agencies busted workers for accessing porn, including a spiritual leader at the Department of Corrections and a worker at UCSF who looked at nude photos. Lots. We reviewed cases from the Cal Lottery, Energy Commission, and Department of Child Support Services, among others. But nothing compared to what we found at Caltrans.
And what I need from you is down, dirty detail.
We obtained audio recordings of investigators asking employees about their online search histories, like this one.
My computers.
We've altered the workers' voices for privacy.
Several different kinds of word searches.
Okay, let's stop beating around the bush and tell me the main searches you're doing.
Boobs and stuff. Butts.
This investigation report lists all of his searches, but they're so graphic we can't say or show them on TV.
It's not me.
Another employee denied looking at porno, saying he may have spent up to 4 hours and up to 4 days a week to access sexually explicit images for 15 years. In all, 7 Caltrans employees violated policies that prohibit the misuse of state property. The agency suspended several of them, docked their pay, and let 2 retire. But our investigation found these aren't the only Caltrans employees who had a problem with porn.
It went against my principles. That's not something that I look at. It was like a slap to my face.
Program analyst Rachel Elizondo stumbled onto a secret stash of porn on her supervisor's computer when he asked her to check his emails back in 2009. She reported it to a manager right away.
And it was men and women engaging in sex. She had me open some other emails and it was just loaded with pornography.
According to an internal investigation, an engineer in the Stockton office admitted to forwarding sexually explicit emails for up to 3 years. Turns out nearly 30 Caltrans employees took part in a so-called porn exchange ring.
That's the culture there.
Once coworkers caught wind that she blew the whistle, Elizondo says they began to harass her. She found a dead rat hanging in her gazebo at home and her tires slashed at work.
It was like on the side, like somebody purposely cut it.
The intimidation got so bad, she quit. Elizondo sued Caltrans and won. During the trial, her lawyer uncovered a multitude of pornographic images. Some workers say they thought the photos were funny. Elizondo says her coworkers' behavior was just wrong.
I don't think that was funny. And I don't think it's funny using state time, taxpayers' money, watching pornography at work.
Sex at work, not a great idea.
Robert Weiss, a therapist who treats people with sex addiction, says for years the 9 to 5 workday has been a peak period for watching porn. He says employers should understand that looking at pornography can be just as serious as drinking on the job, but few workplaces are set up to help.
I don't think there's any employee that you've talked to or interviewed or anybody who's in trouble that didn't know they were doing the wrong thing. I do put it on the employer to be monitoring their employees and making sure they're not doing something they shouldn't be doing.
For months, we asked Caltrans to talk about this issue, but the department declined our request for an interview. I'm Liz Wagner with NBC Bay Area News. Sure, we'll walk with you. So we caught up with Director Lori Berman at the train station in Sacramento. What is the department doing to prevent employees from accessing pornography on the job?
Well, we do a lot of things to prevent it, and it's not allowed.
Berman took over as director in March and says she doesn't know the details of the porn ring or the 7 employees recently disciplined. But she says the department has ways of catching sexually explicit content.
We have a whole way for people to report it.
What can you say to taxpayers?
Here's the message. It's not acceptable. It's not acceptable for employees to be doing that, and the vast majority of our employees are working every day.
Caltrans says it now uses artificial intelligence to isolate bad behavior on the job and blocks inappropriate web traffic. In almost all the state cases we reviewed, agencies disciplined employees. For an in-depth look at each case, head to our website. While you're there, you can watch an interview with the state contractor who's battled a porn addiction and who watched porn on the job. It's all online on our website at nbcbayarea.com/investigations. Back to you.